In this video, we'll explore the similarities and differences between the Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act of 2006, I-9344, from the Philippines and the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act, JJDPA, of the USA. Both aim to reform juvenile justice, but their approaches vary due to cultural and legal differences. To compare institutions, specifically the Republic Act 9344 and Act strengthening the social integration of children in conflict with law transformation and the United States Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Act. The U.S. policy has been in place for 34 years while the Philippine policy has only been in force for 10 years. Thus, it is essential to reassess, review and analyze all the Juvenile Delinquency and Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Acts, so as to establish their effectiveness, usage, growth and service delivery. Public defenders, state attorneys, judges, military judges, social workers, counselors, probation officers and non-officers were the subjects of the study. Using interviews carried out via phone, email and face-to-face, it was established in the study that family, school, peers, lack of support from people, substance abuse and lack of money lead to crime commission, while police, military police, law enforcement, social workers, and council members are involved in crime exposure. It is the government that finances the agencies which are mandated with the enforcement and execution of the laws. Children must respect the parents, rather than vice versa, and parents should understand their obligations to the children. Purpose: RA 9344 aims to protect the welfare of children in conflict with the law. This law emphasizes restorative justice and rehabilitation rather than punishment. Key features. Key features include a focus on diversion programs, restorative justice and rehabilitation, with a strong emphasis on the child's best interests. Overview of Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Act in the USA. Purpose: the Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Act aims to address the issue of youth crime by providing resources and support for at-risk youth. Key features. Key features include funding for delinquency prevention programs, community-based initiatives, and a focus on early intervention. Similarities in purpose and approach. Restorative justice. Both laws emphasize restorative justice, seeking to address the harm caused by the offense and provide opportunities for rehabilitation. Child's best interests. Both laws prioritize the best interests of the child, recognizing that young people are still developing and may need additional support. Community involvement. Both laws encourage community involvement in addressing juvenile crime. This includes working with families, schools, and community organizations. Differences in age of criminal responsibility. 1. The age of criminal responsibility in the Philippines is 15 years old, while in the US it varies by state, typically between 10 and 18 years old. 2. This difference highlights the contrasting approaches to defining childhood and the legal consequences of engaging in criminal acts. 3. The variation in age of criminal responsibility in the US underscores the importance of understanding the nuances of each state's legal framework. Differences in rehabilitation programs. Educational programs. RA 9344 emphasizes educational programs and skills training to help youth reintegrate into society. Family-based interventions. Both laws promote family-based interventions, recognizing the crucial role families play in a child's development and rehabilitation. Community-based programs. The U.S. Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Act emphasizes community-based programs that provide support and opportunities for at-risk youth. Effectiveness of each law in reducing juvenile crime. 10%. Philippines. Studies have shown a significant decrease in juvenile crime rates in the Philippines. Following the implementation of I-9344. 5% USA. The U.S. Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Act has also demonstrated effectiveness, though results vary across different states and programs. Conclusion and key takeaways. Both I-9344 and the Juvenile Delinquency and Prevention Act have shown positive impacts in addressing juvenile crime, with strengths in rehabilitation and community involvement. Further research is needed to understand the long-term effectiveness of these laws and to identify potential areas for improvement. Sharing best practices across borders can enhance the efficacy of these laws in creating a safer and more just world for young people.